All right, we have 258 guests viewing, so very cool. My name is Eric Hegedus, and I am the program director for Tufts Doctor of Physical Therapy program in Phoenix, the first program for Tufts Medical School west of the Mississippi. The last time someone handed me a mic like this and said, just go talk, I ended up singing Rick Astley, and I'm not going to do that today. Maybe later. So before we get going, a special and heartfelt thank you to Doctors Burgermeister and O'Neill and all of our staff, because they're the ones who get our lab experiences ready for you. They are responsible for organizing this entire night. So if we could you give them a hand? Thank you. Now, they were my heroes before they led us out of the building and saved the pizza for the bomb scare. So well done. Fantastic job. Before we recognize all of you, our class of 2024, I would like to welcome the friends and family members who have joined us online. Again, let's see, where are we? We are now at 283 participants online. They're here in support and witness of you, their loved ones, which we find awe-inspiring. The number's still climbing, by the way, as we participate in our very first and your very first white coat ceremony. I'd also like to take some time to welcome the faculty. Without them, of course, you wouldn't have reached this stage of your career. So faculty, thank you. You'll see them up here later. Thank you for all that you do. Next, everyone who stands up here says they're honored to have guests, because you can't say you're not honored to have your guests, right? I am, though, truly honored to have our guests. We have two powerful and distinguished, very busy women who have found time in their schedule to be here tonight. The first is our distinguished guest speaker, Mayor Kate Gallego of Phoenix. Thank you for coming. And of course, our keynote speaker, Dr. Helen Boucher, who is the Dean of Tufts University School of Medicine. Thank you. And finally, we welcome you, the stars of the evening. Congratulations on making it to this point in your career. It means you have largely survived the didactic portion of your career, and you're getting ready to go out on clinicals. So well done. So as I said, the white coat ceremony has been around for a long time. It started in medical schools. What it really symbolizes for you and us in our program is this is the time when, not that you stop being students, because you never stop being students. The time when, though, the classroom learning is coming to a close, and it is now time to apply all that you know. Go back to the reason why many of you said you came to physical therapy school, right? What was your number one answer? Do you remember? Because I want to help people. Well, your chance is here now. Your real test is here now. You get to make an impact in people's lives. You got a little taste of that in aging, right? Think of how good you felt when the senior citizens came in and look, you didn't do physical therapy. What you did was help them understand technology better and how good that made you feel and what a difference you made. Wait till you get out and somebody comes to you with pain, or they can't walk, or it's ruining their lives, and you get to do the evaluation and you get to do the treatment that restores their lives to them. Amazing and powerful. And I have never personally lost that awe. I still see patients every week. I can't seem to stop it. I hope you never do either. With that, I would like to welcome our first speaker, and that is Mayor Kate Gallego. I'm going to give her a brief introduction, and please do yourself better justice, Mayor Gallego. So she attended some decent schools, Harvard undergrad, Wharton School of Business, where she got her MBA. And under her leadership, Phoenix has really transformed. I knew Phoenix in the 80s. I used to come here in the 80s, and this isn't Phoenix of the 80s, but under her leadership, it has really been transformed into this medical and biotechnical hub. And she deserves all of that credit. So thank you for coming here, and the floor is yours.
Congratulations. It is wonderful to be with you to celebrate the white coat ceremony. And we're making some Tufts history. This is the first white coat ceremony outside of Massachusetts. It is a big day for the city of Phoenix, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to be here today. We have been the fastest growing city in the country. We are now the 5th largest, but we have such a huge need for professionals in all areas of healthcare and particularly in physical therapy. So we are grateful that you have chosen this career path and that you are doing it in Phoenix. I know for many of you, Phoenix is not home, but I hope you've gotten to know our city and gotten a taste of what it is like here. And taste could be a good word to reference. We have the #1 rated restaurant on Yelp. We have James Beard Award winning restaurants not far from your campus. And so we hope you've enjoyed that part of our city, but also the professional opportunities that are here. If you choose Phoenix for your career, you have the chance to work with some of the most highly rated athletes anywhere, whether it be the professional baseball players who come here for spring training or our top caliber sports teams. There's also just such a need in our population. You may have noticed occasionally people retire in the greater Phoenix area, but they want to have active retirements. That's why they choose our community in part. And so sometimes people push themselves too far or just need to recover from a mistake or a health scare. You will have the chance to help Phoenix police officers who are recovering from injuries sustained protecting our community. You will have a chance to help children who were born with a real challenge and have the most amazing spirit to overcome it. Phoenix is a very, very special place. We get our name from the mythological bird that rose from the ashes to be born again. And you're going to help people rise. They may be recovering from a terrible injury and need you to give them both the hope and the physical support to rise again. So it does feel very special that you've chosen this career path in this city. And we just want to congratulate you and celebrate that you'll now be out working with patients who really need the support. We have perhaps the largest need for professionals in your area. As we've grown in a community, the staffing and educational support has not kept up with it, and that's why there's so much demand here. I met some of you at the opening ceremony for the campus, and since then I've had my first experience with physical therapy. Weekend warrior, injured a hamstring. I used to, like, when professional athletes were out for months and months for a hamstring, I used to say, what's wrong with them? And now it was September for me and I'm still not recovered. And it's been eye-opening for me. So being mayor of one of the 5 largest cities in the country, one often enjoys excellent customer service. But with physical therapy, sometimes I'll be in for 10 minutes and then the next person comes and they just go off and do your exercises. And it's been eye-opening for me just how busy they are and how much demand there are. So thank you for helping address that. And there are people who have much more serious needs than I do, and your service to them could really be life-changing and give them the ability to enjoy an active and happy life. We're also a great market for innovation around physical therapy. One of the largest physical therapy support companies in the world, WebPT, was started by a PT not far from here and continues to innovate and support professionals in your industry. So there's many career paths, regardless of what you do with your education, although I certainly hope that you spend a lot of time with patients. You're also in an area of great innovation. This is the Phoenix Bioscience Core, where we're really trying to make a bet on healthcare and better outcomes. We have a variety of different educational institutions, from precision medicine, which is trying to find personalized cures. So if you have cancer, we can look at your tumor and find treatment that might have fewer side effects and better results for you. We also have very innovative research around brain health, including supporting our veterans, and great work to support our youngest residents in children's health. So you join a community robust with talented researchers, doctors, innovators, and thought leaders. It all comes together in this this area. And if you get a chance to meet people, you're looking for partners, there's really some great hearts and minds who would want to work with you and make sure that your future success is supported by the community in which you've chosen to get this education. So I want to celebrate what you've accomplished so far and just wish you well as you go out and work directly with patients. Your achievement is very impressive, especially since I understand many of you have juggled an enormous amount of other responsibilities while going on this educational pathway. I want to wish you congratulations and good luck in the next journey and urge you to consider Phoenix as your professional home. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Mayor Gallego. And now it's my absolute pleasure and honor to introduce Dr. Helen Boucher. She is an infectious disease physician by training, especially interesting because she just got back from speaking to the US Senate, actually, about the worsening problem of antimicrobial resistance. So US Senate and then you all. So you should feel very proud. She's actually been here at Tufts since 2002, which means she was born and raised at Tufts. She's never been anywhere else. She is currently both the Chief Academic Officer of Tufts Medicine and the Dean of Tufts University School of Medicine. As Dean, her many initiatives for the School of Medicine include a focus on health justice, supporting interdisciplinary learning in the health professions, and the advancement of a combined biomedical research portfolio to support strengths in basic science, clinical science, and translational research. At the same time, she is working to fulfill the school's new vision to become the premier medical school revolutionizing health education and inspiring discovery now and for future generations. It is our great honor to have Dean Helen Boucher here with us today.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Professor Hegedus. Welcome, Mayor Gallego, and good evening, class of 2024. Welcome to your parents, loved ones, to our faculty and friends joining us here and virtually. I first want to take a minute to welcome each of you students to Tufts, because I haven't gotten a chance to welcome each of the Tufts family yet. We are thrilled that you're here, and I want each of you to know that we're here to help and support you over these next 1.5 to 2 years that you have left and beyond. You're part of the Tufts family for life. Know that you were selected from a large group of qualified people because you want to be part of our community and contribute. We've already seen your community spirit these last few months, and I saw it today on the curb, which was outstanding. And we're really enjoying seeing you progress and can't wait to see all that you do in your PT careers. Healthcare and the field of physical therapy needs you more than ever, as Mayor Gallego said. Just to put some perspective on it, experts project a 13% growth in healthcare careers between 2021 and 2031. This is much more than for other occupations and will result in at least 2 million new jobs in healthcare in this decade. For physical therapy, the statistics project an even larger growth, 16.9% growth in employment for physical therapists in this decade. That translates into over 40,000 new jobs opening up. We also face a demographic cliff, and as you know, aging baby boomers like me, who are going to need you to help us as we get older. So all this means that your expertise is much needed. The world and so many patients need you, and I just want to thank you again for stepping up to this career. Today is a really special day, and I hope you'll look back fondly for weeks, months, and years to come. As with so much in life, we focus on the ritual, and we hope to impress upon you the gift of the white coat, and that that'll stay with you. As a group, you're quite a group. You hail from 26 different states, from California to New York and many in between. 16% of you are first-generation college students. Many of you continue to work, and others are balancing parenting with your education. You've all done so much to get here. Hard work in college, experience as PT assistants, trainers, athletic trainers, personal trainers, conducting research, and so much more. All these experiences have helped you learn and develop a passion for physical therapy. Your partners, parents, teachers, coaches, and friends help you to develop the values, discipline, passion, and ability to think critically that's going to help you thrive through your education and throughout your careers. I want you to remember that, especially on the hard days. So I'm going to say it again. Your parents, partners, teachers, coaches, and friends help you to develop what you need to think critically and develop the skills that you need to survive and thrive. So don't forget about them. I'm glad they're here. And don't forget to thank them as you go. So you might say, how do I know this is true? Well, I think in these last 3 years, we've been through what has been incredibly unprecedented times. Even people like me who are in the pandemic response business could never have imagined the magnitude of the crisis that we faced and the myriad ways we were called to respond. Never been more grateful for my education than I was during that time, and all the way back to my undergraduate and even my high school education to help pull it together to help respond to the pandemic. You all had to navigate so much during your education and overcome interruptions, challenging schedules, remote learning, and all kinds of challenges in your lives to make it to this program. So I want to congratulate you and make sure to remind you to celebrate that tonight. We have not forgotten. I'm also grateful that you're getting your white coats earlier in your career. Believe it or not, this is earlier than it used to be. And I'm really glad that you're going to get to be with real patients soon. Wear your white coat proudly. And for a moment today, at least, consider the privilege that it is going to bring, as Dr. Gallego, as Mayor Gallego mentioned. Starting in the next few weeks, patients are going to talk to you and they're going to share their innermost secrets, hopes, and fears with you. They're going to trust you to maintain that confidence. You'll find that people you know and many that you don't will trust you in ways that are truly awe-inspiring and incredibly humbling. Whether you practice sports physical therapy, neuro or cardiac rehabilitation, or work as a researcher and spend most of your time in a lab, people will tell you things that you can't imagine. I find that part of our job just incredible. Even recently, I had somebody approach me at the grocery store and ask my advice about a very personal issue. It's often couched as, I'm asking for a friend, but don't be fooled. These strangers, acquaintances, friends, and family value your ear and your opinion. Sometimes they may not even want a formal opinion, but they always want your empathy and your judgment-free ear. The power of listening and being with and feeling with people who trust you like this just can't be overstated, especially during the hard times. My wish for you is that you'll always revel in this privilege, never get so busy or burned out that you lose the ability to be moved by this incredible aspect of your profession and your role as physical therapists. So I'm going to close with 3 requests for each of you. First, keep an open mind. If you know what you want to do, or if you have no idea, keep an open mind. Ask questions, read, reflect, imagine. Imagine yourself doing different jobs as you go through your rotations. Talk to your colleagues, talk to your professors, to your supervisors. They love talking about what they do. You're never bothering anyone if you ask them to talk about what they do. They have so much to share with you, and they're going to help you discern the best path for yourself. Second, accept help. You will have a time, if you haven't already, when the going gets tough. This calling is not easy, and you'll be called on to give up more over the next few years. You likely have friends already who have normal lives, right? Who aren't juggling going to school and flying out here for weeks at a time. They may not understand your crazy schedule, the seemingly endless exams that you have to prepare for, and all the other aspects that you have to juggle for these next few years. These challenges are going to present themselves at some point, and I want you to know we have incredible support in place for you. So my plea for you is to just say yes and use it. Let us help you when the time comes. Finally, remember the privilege you have every time you don your white coat. Allow yourself to feel the gift of being present and truly being part of your patients' lives. It is the best part of what we do. It's better than any salary you're ever going to make. So with that, I'll say thank you very much and wish you my congratulations. And this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Kim Dow to the podium. Thanks.
Stand back here, no one sees me. All right, students of the class of 2024, let's take a moment to reflect on the meaning of the white coat that you will soon be receiving. What does that symbolize to you? The white coat may represent different things to your patients, and whether you are wearing a white coat or not when you see them, your presence will invoke a variety of perceptions in the people you treat. You may not be able to change these existing perceptions, as they may be from past experiences that they've had with other healthcare professionals who were wearing the white coat. However, you now have the power to change the future perceptions of your patients, and that is powerful in itself. One of the most important tools you have as you move forward on your journey in becoming a doctor of physical therapy. The white coat ceremony originated in the late 19th century, symbolizing the cloaking of healthcare professionals in preparation for their first encounter with patients, like what we are doing here today. The pinning ceremony dates to the Crusades of the 12th century, where the Knights of the Order of the Hospital of St. John the Baptist tended to the injured and infirmed crusaders. When new monks were initiated into the order, they vowed in a ceremony to serve the sick and injured soldiers. In these ceremonies, each monk was given the Maltese cross before serving and treating these soldiers. So let this white coat be a tangible reminder to you of our pride and of the trust we have in each and every one of you, and also be symbolic of the trust that the patients will be placing in you to care for them as their future doctor of physical therapy. So may your journey be rewarded as well with the trust of many patients and with the trust of many colleagues. It is with deep appreciation that we recognize you for your accomplishments and for achieving yet another milestone in your journey in becoming a doctor of physical therapy. I will now turn it over to Dr. Natalie O'Neill and Dr. Ben Stern to lead the donning of the coats.
Okay, as a reminder, class of 24, in a moment, the staff will direct you to stand in a row, one at a time. You'll proceed to the right side of the podium with the coat over your right arm. And when your name is called, you'll walk to the front, await the cue, of course, and have your coats donned. Following the coat donning, of course, Dean Boucher will be off to the side. You'll have an opportunity to remember, pause for that photo. They're all watching, right? And they all want the photos. So please make sure we do that. And then you guys can, of course, proceed back to the row where you're sitting. Got it? All right, so faculty and Dean, please come and take your positions. All right. First group. John Askins, Cody Bear, Ashley Baratko, Maria Barraza, David Beard. Students, you may now don your coats.
Congratulations. Okay, next group. Ashley Betty, Madison Beckner, Spencer Benjamin, Stacy Bernetsky Ayers, and Sudiluk Boone Srisart. All right, students, you may now don your coats.
Okay, go ahead. Congratulations. Okay. All right, next row, please. We have Hunter Bakken, Ashlyn Brent, Kayla Brown, Amanda Burlingham, and Brooke Butler. Students, you may now don your coats.
Next group is William Carlisle, Ruben Chang, Avery Chu, Ikea Clark, Jace Klinkenbeard. Students, you may now don your coats.
Congratulations. Okay, next row. Okay, come forward, please. Bailey Dahlhoff, Lauren Doctolero, John Dare Escala, Samantha Frakes, Ashley Gross. Students, you may now don your coats.
David Gwelly, Taylor Harkey, Raven Harrington, Chelsea Jackson, and Devin Jung. Students, you may now don your coats.
Congratulations. Next row, please. Michael Jeppesen, Sydney Kalina, Amanda Knutson, Luke Labat, Hannah Lauer. Students, you may now don your coats.
Rory Martorello, Julia Mayer Martinez, Leonardo McCormick, Melissa McDonald, and Victoria Morga. Students, you may now don your coats.
Congratulations. All right, next group is Kaiza Newberg, Justin No, Shay Oleos, Habib Onatiri, and Trey Pajimula. Students, you may now don your coats.
Maya Radler Havatone, Giselle Ramirez, Sarah Ryder, Jenna Shebor, and Kyle Schmidt. Students, you may now don your coats.
Congratulations. Jackson Steely, James Stevens, Hunter Stewart, Nicole Storr, Jennifer Sunahara. Students, you may now don your coats.
Your students are there. Nathan Toma, Kadeja Watkins, Kendall Workmeister. Students, you may now don your coats.
Congratulations. Okay. Maya Williams. William Wright. Tiffany Zepeda. Students, you may now don your coats. Congratulations. Faculty, please be seated. Thank you, Dean, for their time. At this time, we would like to recognize an important individual who could not be here with us physically at this moment. Manuel Trejo, a member of the class of 2024, who is unable to attend. Manny, thank you for joining us virtually. I hope you're enjoying. Manny, you received your code virtually earlier today, so please don your code, Manny.
Students in the class of 2024, please stand. Join with me in saying the oath of the physical therapist located on the back of the program. In the presence of my colleagues, friends, families, and teachers, and in view of the honored profession I am entering into, I solemnly and willingly state that I dedicate myself to the following. I will practice physical therapy with compassion for the vulnerabilities in each of my patients and will work to preserve their dignity and promote their health and welfare. I will value the lives of my patients as I value my own life through my concern for their significance and with respect for them and the confidential nature of our relationship. I will be humble. I recognize my limitations and will continue to consult with my colleagues and coworkers for knowledge with which I can better treat my patients and for the inspiration to expand and augment my education. I will share my knowledge with my colleagues and patients freely, with compassion and patience. I will work toward the improvement of the quality of life for all of my patients. I will honor the choices that my patients make with respect to their wishes and needs. I will do no harm to another human. I will work to improve the practice of physical therapy so that all who seek it will receive treatment which is proper, ethical, and just. I will not allow my judgment regarding the practice of my profession to be influenced by race, creed, religion, greed, or unethical behavior. I will expect the same behavior from my colleagues and coworkers. Thus, with this oath, I freely accept the obligations and rewards which will accompany my practice of physical therapy. Will you please join me in congratulating the class of 2024? Students, you may now be seated. At this time, I welcome Dr. Burgermeister.
All right. The time has come in your physical therapy journey where we are commissioning you in the next step as budding caregivers and leaders in our profession. Being a caregiver and leader in our profession can look different for each and every one of us. But there are some guiding principles to keep us moving in a positive direction of progress. Rosabeth Moss Cantor, a professor at the Harvard Business School, reminds us of 6 ups of success. I would like to share these with you. 1, show up. Your presence makes a difference. Be fully attentive to those placed in front of you on a daily basis. 2, speak up. Advocate for your patients and yourself. Be a part of the solution. 3, team up. You will go further as a team. Many of you know that already. Be open to what you will learn from the healthcare providers placed around you, and know that we are all part of your team. 4, never give up. Persevere and comfort daily challenges. Your decision to be a part of the solution will build resilience. Number 5, look up. Decide what you stand for, what you value, what gives you a sense of hope, and what defines your mission. And finally, 6, lift others up. One of my greatest joys is hearing back from students who are positively impacted or impacting others because of encouragement from faculty and peers, family and patients and clients they serve. It brings me and all of us around you great joy when we hear how you, the students, are living your dream. As a PT for a Broadway show, professional athletes are working with underserved populations. May you pass this passion forward and lift others up, as you have often been lifted up. Class of 2024, we are so extremely proud of you and cannot wait for what your future holds. Congratulations on your accomplishments. Dr. Hegedus alluded to this a little bit earlier, but before we officially conclude, we would like to recognize our amazing staff who help coordinate and execute this ceremony. It takes a team unified for a cause that is bigger than themselves to accomplish an event such as this. Brandy, Poppy, Courtney, Brittany, and Ashton, thank you. Students, in a moment, you will be asked to stand. At that time, we would like you to proceed row by row, including Dean Boucher, up to the front, where we will be taking our class of 2024 photo in front of our backdrop. After that time, you will be able to enjoy some light refreshments in the lobby area. Class of 2024, please stand and go celebrate your accomplishments. Congratulations.